Do you think your family is perfect?
It's not perfect. I don't think there's ever a perfect family. But you know what? For me and Doug, as a wife, I choose to see our family as a gift. So I really treasure it. In fact, when of course, we're different individuals, we're our own selves. But then at the same time, when we have misunderstandings, my goal is always to fix things. My goal is always to make things right. So I always tell myself, I know my husband, he's my husband. I know his heart. I'm not with an enemy. He's my companion. He's my partner. Doug and I have clear understanding of how we want this family to work.
Let's struggle together.
Yeah, that's what we did. We struggled together. We helped each other. Pero, si Doug kasi, he likes to make ako everything. So ayaw niya ako ma-stress. So siya sinisistress niya.
Ako na lang. So lalabas yan sa mukha ko. If you see na kinakalbo ako, may alopecia ako, may pinagdadaanan to. Even with the struggles of my career at that time and money, up to today, we've been together for 20 years. Even as a boyfriend-girlfriend, 2003, not once did we fight about money.
Pero parang kasi for me, during that time, I took my role also as a wife eh. I will be by his side, I will support him. And for me, I felt not all is lost. Parang there was hope there. Parang God comforted me during those times. And you know what, Karen? I wasn't worried at all. In fact, I always tell Doug, may I never forget when we didn't have money, how happy I was. So he said to me, I want to make things right in our relationship. I want to bring you to my Bible study and let's go to church every Sunday. Only when I became a mom and a wife and God showed me my little family, that's when God really touched my heart. And I said, my goodness, when I held Kendra for the first time, there is a God. I cannot believe I can love someone this much.
What are daddy and mommy's rules?
Papa first.
Namamalo ba kayo?
Oh, Kendra had the most discipline. Kendra had, but all of them went through proper discipline. Discipline. I would be the disciplinarian in terms of that. But don't look at the discipline. Look at the reconciliation after the discipline. I would talk to them, and I would never discipline them out of anger. I would set them aside. I would never embarrass them. Would I be a good parent if I just let you do your mistakes?
Ako yung everyday parang reminders. Oh, get your stuff. Do this. Oh, you were not listening.
Napalo na sa puwet yung mga yan. Our kids, Monday to Thursday especially, they're not allowed to use their iPad beyond their schooling. And what has worked for them, kasi we've seen also what doesn't work. We used to give it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, kahit gamitin mo, bahala ka. Pero the problem, it carries over to Monday, Tuesday.
So, hindi mo na sila makausap.
Friday, Saturday, you can give them unlimited hours. And after that, you have to find something to do. In fact, Cheska said, if the kids would say, I'm bored, the more you're not gonna have your tablet. You have art. You can go outside, play with your dogs. Exactly what we used to do when we were kids, diba?
So I also tell them, the moment that your attitude changes because you don't get to play your games or get to do things with your iPad, I'm sorry, you're not ready. You're not prepared.
You have to implement. Your children will cry. They will say, I really need it or whatever. I need to do it. Parang you can see that they're getting bored. Don't give in. Mom and dads do not give in.
It's not a democracy.
They're testing you. It's
diba? Not a democracy when it comes to this household.
But also,
with iPads.
you know what? When it comes to screen time, always in moderation.
You know what? With Kendra, she's a very obedient little girl. And she has, I would say, fear, but her fear is not fear na takot. It's out of respect and love. And we've made it very clear to her ever since she was a little girl, the boundaries and the limitations. And we also explained to her what the world is like. With Kendra, she's very secured of her papa's love. And Karen, there's never a day that I don't ever talk to my children and ask them, how are you? How are you doing? I really take time. And it's not how are you doing, nakatalikod ako, uupo tayo,
they really
tayo.
talk a lot with their children. She also does devotion with the children, Bible reading with the children. Iba pa yung sa akin.
I really pray kasi, growing up, I realized when I started building my relationship with the Lord, ang dami kong pagkakamaling ginawa dahil hindi ko alam yung Bible ko. So I always pray, Lord, help me to raise my children properly, according to your design, according to your purpose, because I don't want them to go through what I went through. I want them to be able to know the fear of the Lord, to have that conviction. I did not have, while I had standards, my standards were very worldly. I did not have conviction. My ambition is to be a committed housewife. That's my ambition. Kina-career ko yun.
She had her shows before. She's done hosting. Pero her satisfaction when she sees how the kids are growing up.
I want to watch them grow up.
Yes, iba yung joy. Permanent joy.
But that's me. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own, a season in life. This is my season. And this is the season and the journey that I prayed for. What is my life verse? Many are the plans of a man, but it's only God's plans that prevail. We can pray about our plans, but let God realign your plans with His plans first. So for me, that puts me in my place, that humbles me. I am not God. Only God is God. At the end, He has the last say.
Actually, our favorite verse is on our basketball court. 2 Corinthians 12:9, my grace is sufficient for you because my strength is made perfect in your weakness. In other words, we go through so many trials in our life, and sometimes our trials break us. But guess what? That's when the Lord is working in us. He's pruning us. When we are weak, we should have a dependency for Him. And that's why through our weaknesses, He is highlighted. God's strength is made perfect